All right, this is a big topic that I feel like is not talked about enough. And there's a lot of help for guys that, are really struggling with their body and their mindset, and they're struggling financially. And there's a lot of guys that just really were not blessed with good looks, but, the guys that were need help too, because this was me in the past. I realized that it's not just about your looks and your body. And this took me years to figure out. And I literally poured so much into my body and getting a perfect physique. I used to do fitness modeling, and I was thinking that would attract the right women, that would give me an abundance of women. And while it does help to be in shape, women don't really give a shit about that. You cannot rely solely on your looks. If you were blessed as a nice looking guy, or you think that you have an amazing physique and that women are just going to flock to you, and you're going to have DMs filled with women and they're just going to set the date and reach out to you. No. It doesn't work like that. I poured so much into my appearance, and for so many years, I thought that just by being really good looking and just having confidence was enough. It's not, okay? So you can't rely only on your looks. I remember this one woman. She was in her feminine energy, very, very attractive. I was really, really into her, but I waited for her to make more of the moves because I had this ego thinking like, oh, she's just going to always reach out to me first. She's going to always put effort in first, and she's going to chase me. And actually, me being in that mindset was super entitled, and it's also very toxic because it's not actual masculine energy. And it's also really insecure as well, okay? But you can't rely on your looks, man. Being attractive will get you attention, but it doesn't maintain the attraction of the women, okay? Women are drawn to the masculine energy. It's not just having an amazing physique and a pretty face. Now, I can tell you right now, the better shape that I got, the more ripped, the more jacked that I got in my life, I definitely got more attention from guys, and especially gay dudes as well, because women don't really care about that too much. Yes, they want a guy that's in shape that takes care of himself, but if you look at what women actually go for, you see these guys that they have their money right, they're progressing in their career, they have status, and maybe they understand female nature, right? They're with these 10s, and you're like, how did this guy get with her? That's because women don't really care that much about it. And for so many years of my life, I relied so much on my looks, and I thought that it would get me really far. So you got to understand that you still got to have depth to you, and you got to have bandwidth. Like, you got to have a lot going for you. Okay. So number 2, there's a lot of really good looking dudes out here that are spending a ton of time in the gym, working on their body, focused on their appearance, but they lack drive in other areas. And I remember for so long, bro, I was working out every single day for 2 hours, like 6 days a week, pouring so much into my body, but yet my bank account wasn't looking any different. In some cases, maybe worse. And I was staying stagnant because I wasn't really channeling that energy into other areas of my life. And I got to a point where I was in the military, I went to college, finished my degree, and I was a personal trainer. Perfect physique. And I still wasn't attracting the woman that I wanted in my life. And I realized, okay, I need to make more money. I need to level up my career because women like resources. It makes them feel safe. Also, hypergamy, okay? Hypergamy is women thinking that they are with their best option. Women always date up, okay? So you have to have drive. You've got to put the same drive that you have into your body into other areas of your life as well, so that way you can grow across the board. So women are attracted to a driven man, a man of purpose. And it's not just about your looks, okay? I mean, dude, I had so many missed opportunities, women I met anywhere in the gym, and I had this entitled mindset that they should make the first move, that it's all about me. Just because I'm really good looking, I'm going to attract so many women. No, it's not. And also, too, if you are crazy good looking and you have this really awesome physique on top of it, if you're a really, really attractive guy, that's going to be really intimidating for a lot of women. even the really attractive women, because some of the most attractive women are some of the most insecure. Okay, so you really got to start improving every area of your life. Now, the third thing is you need to improve your social skills. So again, relying on your looks and not improving your social skills, you need to become a social animal. You need to talk to everyone. You need to learn about communication. You need to learn about body language. You need to learn about the difference between male and female psychology and really start to understand female nature a little bit. So because you rely so much on your looks, you haven't put any effort into improving your social skills. So that's something you need to address as well. The fourth thing is kind of what I had mentioned earlier, is really attractive guys that are like at least an 8 or a 9, they come off as entitled and arrogant at times. Again, 80% of these women don't give a shit about you that much. They care about themselves, all right? And if you're have this entitled mindset like I used to have, like just expecting a woman to lead and expecting tons of women to just, match with me on dating apps, right? Or just reach out to me and set up the date, like obsessed with validation, especially with social media these days. It's bad, just as bad for guys it is for girls, the good-looking guys, the good-looking girls on social media, obsessed with validation, okay? If you're obsessed with your body, it comes across as being selfish. Now, you should be selfish to an extent. You should take care of yourself, but you should become more well-rounded, like become smarter, start to have other interests and become a person of depth, because that's really what's going to attract the right woman. Now, sure, are you going to get the girls? You're going to have the easy layups. The girls are going to come talk to you. They're going to, slide in your DMs, the ones that are going to be very forward. That's a very masculine energy, number one. So you don't really want to be with a woman like that unless you don't give a shit and you're just trying to hook up, all right? That's a different story. But you don't really want that in that's not going to be a high quality woman that you want to date, okay? At the end of the day, the chicks that are like super aggressive, super forward, there are some more like dominant, assertive women, but that's not the feminine energy. And those women, they're trouble, man. They're trouble. I used to deal with them. A lot of the times they're easy to hook up with, but that's not what you want. And any woman that's in her divine feminine energy, she's going to expect you to lead, okay? Now, I'm not talking about chasing women, but you do need to initially pursue women. It doesn't fucking matter how good looking you are, bro. They don't give a shit. Even more so, stop being so insecure. I know for years I was so insecure to approach women. And I was also very insecure myself. I would expect, just because I'm really good looking, that these women would like talk to me, that they would look at me. Even more so, they're intimidated by you. So you really have to put yourself out there and have a warm, inviting energy. But they expect you to lead. A feminine woman is going to expect you to lead, okay? Especially if she had a good relationship and has a good relationship with her father. That's what she's conditioned to, okay? So that's going to be the big thing. Stop being entitled, all right? Oh my gosh, I remember this one girl at the gym. She was in her feminine energy. She gave me all the looks. She came and worked out near me. And I never said what's up to her. I never made the move. I wouldn't even hardly look at her half the time because I thought that I was the shit. Bro, these women are not going to make the move. You have to drop the ego and stop being so arrogant. Stop making it about yourself. Stop posting so many gym pics. Yes, be proud of your physique. Yes, cool. Nobody gives a shit, okay? So you really got to pour into yourself. The fifth reason you studs out here have a tough time with women is because you are attracting women for the wrong reasons. Now, you think that leading with your status, your Instagram followers, your money, your job, your career, your body, your looks in general, you think that those things are going to attract the women that you want. Bro, let me tell you what. There are dudes that are better looking, in better shape, got more money, more status, more all the above. And if that's the kind of woman you want, you know what? You better be ready for a rude awakening, because as soon as she finds a better dude, she's going to be out. She's not going to be into it anymore. So Do you really want that kind of woman? If you're trying to do these other things for trying to draw on these women, it's not going to yield you a positive result, and it's not going to attract a high quality feminine woman that you want. Okay? So you really just have to open yourself up more and stop thinking that the world fucking revolves around you, because it doesn't. It doesn't, bro. Now, I can say from experience, those gym girls, you know, the social media girls, the influencers, I mean, you don't want to deal with them, man. But the gym girls, you know, these types of women that are maybe more in their masculine energy, the ones who are like into the bodybuilders and all that kind of stuff, like, bro, she's always looking for the most shredded, the most jacked dude. And she'll probably hook up with you easily, but in terms of a relationship, that's not going to be who you want. I'm not talking about girls who go work out just because she's a gym girl. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the girls who, you know, like the girls who on their dating profile, all they have is gym pictures, right? Like, and they're all into their appearance and shit. Like, if that's all they care about, I want a woman that's healthy, that prioritizes her health and her fitness. But, you know, I want someone who values that. But I mean, if that's all that she's about, it's like, okay, there's no depth here. So if she's just about the body, the money, the status, all this shit, it's superficial. There's no depth. And so that's not going to really amount to a whole lot. Okay. So that's really going to be the biggest thing. The biggest thing, man, is stop having this entitled mindset. Be more open. Be more open-minded. Put yourself out there more. Stop thinking that women are just going to come to you, because they're not. You have to approach. You have to initially lead and pursue. Now, once you can gauge her interest of being at least a 7 or 8, and you've gone on a couple dates, right? Like, you kind of pull back a little bit. Give it some time. Let her come to you, okay? But you got to put some energy out there. These women aren't just going to come to you. If anything, you're going to get more attention from guys, because guys are more direct. Guys are more physical. They care more about appearance and stuff. Bro, the most shredded that I was in my entire life, I got more attention from guys, hands down, than girls, all right? So you got to improve your social skills, man. Become a social animal and put yourself out there. Just get out there and stop thinking that the world revolves around you. And stop being so fucking insecure, okay? So other thing too with the social skills is you need to learn about women. My channel, I've got some videos on it. There's some other good stuff out there. But really, you got to learn how to play the game, man. Because in 2025, it's a war zone out here with dating. These women, modern women, it's fucking tough, man. It's tough, but you cannot rely on your looks. You got to level up every other area of your life. And stop having this entitled mindset. Don't be cocky. Don't be arrogant. Be humble, right? And yeah, I hope that helps, man. So let me know down below in the comments if this resonates with you. If it does, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you guys later.